October 28, 2025, Balikesir, Turkey. A powerful 6.1 magnitude earthquake struck northwestern Turkey on Monday in the Sindergi region of Balikesir province, killing one person and damaging several buildings. According to the Turkish Disaster and Emergency Management Agency, AFAD, the earthquake was shallow and had a depth of 10 kilometers, with its epicenter in Turkey, and was considered to be of great destructive power and damage due to its shallowness. Turkey is located on several active and world-famous faults, known as the Anatolian faults. Due to this fault, two devastating earthquakes have occurred in recent years, which is a reminder to Turkish residents that they are located on the most active point in the world. The earthquake caused several buildings to collapse, and rescue workers were collecting and checking the displaced. Millions of people were on the streets until late at night, and the sound of sirens and warnings created a terrifying atmosphere. The earthquake occurred at 22:48 local time. The depth of the earthquake was measured at about 6 kilometers. The important thing about this earthquake is its shallow depth. An earthquake that occurs at a depth of less than 10 kilometers is considered shallow earthquakes because the energy of the earthquake is closer to the surface of the earth and reaches people's structures directly before spreading through the layers of the earth. According to two official sources, AFAD and Kandili, both of which are the most reputable scientific centers in the field of seismology in Turkey, the earthquake's intensity was between 6.0 and 6.1 on the Richter scale. The tremors of this earthquake were felt in the Greek region, including the island of Lesbos, 146 kilometers from the epicenter. Videos posted on social media show that all buildings were shaking and several buildings collapsed. People fled to the streets as aftershocks occurred. Reports of damage from the earthquake said 3 buildings collapsed completely. The 3 buildings had collapsed in previous years due to earthquakes. More than 20 people were injured, not directly from the earthquake, but from falling downstairs or hitting walls and furniture as they hurriedly fled in the dark of night. The tremors snapped power lines, damaged transformers, and temporarily disrupted communication networks. Air transport in cities far from the epicenter was temporarily closed and hospitals were put on standby. Officials urged people not to return to their buildings until the investigation was complete. The tremors were so strong that major cities such as Istanbul, with a population of 15 million, were felt. The city of Izmir, Turkey's third-largest city along the Aegean coast, also felt the tremors. Istanbul residents confirmed the quake and said they were forced to flee their homes. The earthquake was felt 10 kilometers from the epicenter in Greece, indicating that the Aegean and northwestern Turkey regions are geologically very active and fragile. That is, there are many faults that transmit earthquake energy over long distances. In 2023, 2 earthquakes struck southern Turkey in succession, one near the town of Kahramanmaraş and the other shortly after in the same area. The magnitudes of the 2 earthquakes were 7.8 and 7.5 on the Richter scale, releasing more energy than 30 Hiroshima atomic bombs. The event killed 53,000 people, including 6,000 in Syria, and destroyed infrastructure in 11 provinces.
Ay ev gidiyor geliyor. Şuraya bak. Allah Allah.
In 1999, the Izmit earthquake was one of the most important turning points in Turkish history, measuring 7.6 on the Richter scale and shaking the cities of Izmit, Yalova, and parts of Istanbul. More than 17,000 people were killed and more than 250,000 houses were destroyed. This earthquake made the Turkish government and people realize for the first time the importance of earthquake-proofing buildings and public education. That is, despite the progress, the reality is that earthquakes cannot be stopped. Since early August 2025, more than 12,000 small and medium-sized earthquakes have been recorded. This very high number indicates that the region is in a state of continuous seismic activity. Geologically, Turkey is located between major rock plates, including the Eurasian Plate to the north, the African Plate to the southwest, and the Arabian Plate to the southeast. These plates are constantly sliding, and the result of this constant pressure is the formation of active faults throughout Turkey. The most important of these is the North Anatolian Fault, which runs from east to west of the country and passes almost directly under Istanbul. Therefore, Turkey is naturally in a position where numerous earthquakes are likely to occur. Turkey, a land sandwiched between the plates of the earth, pays a heavy price for this situation every time. From Izmit to Kahramanmaraş, and now Sindergi, each tremor is a reminder that the earth never stands still. Despite all the experience and warnings, danger still lurks, especially for Istanbul, a city of 15 million inhabitants that can change in the blink of an eye. It is hoped that each earthquake will not only be a warning to fear, but also an incentive to prepare, be safe, and build a more resilient future. To follow our latest reports and documentaries on natural disasters and earth changes. Follow our channel and activate the notification bell.